Does your spouse leave the house often, maybe to get drinks or cat food or cat litter? Do they come up with any excuse to get out of the house at all? Even when you have that merchandise or those products in the house, if they do, that might be something you need to take a look at, because think about it this way: if someone's doing that, they're more than likely leaving to go do something, maybe to call somebody, to text somebody, maybe even to stop by someone's house. And this is the thing that people begin to think about when, they see these signs. And my advice to anybody is, if you see these signs, these inconsistencies, these changes that just don't make sense, look into it. So we have a comment today from a lady whose name is Kimberly. So anyway, she left a comment on one of our Facebook posts, and this is interesting because this is a lot of things that people deal with, and I share these stories so this way you guys who are probably getting gaslighted and manipulated can hear someone else's story. So this way you know that you're not insane. It's the other person, the one who's cheating on you, is trying to make you insane. So listen to these stories that I share, because it will let you know that you're not insane. You really do have a situation worth looking at. And if you care at all about your relationship or anything else at all, I can lead you in, I can put you in the direction to find out the truth, is what I could do. I've been in this business 20 years. I've heard every single story imaginable. I've been in court to testify about these things. I've been, on the phone with couples to talk about these things. And I'm telling you, my friends, every single story is the same. The only thing that changes are the names and the faces. That's it. So anyway, here we go. Kimberly, anytime, and she's talking about her partner, I guess her husband, leaving for any reason at all, just like what I just mentioned. So anytime we're at home all day, and especially during COVID, my husband always had to go out and get drinks, even when we had drinks at home. I always thought it was the oddest thing, because I'm perfectly fine with what we have at home. But people literally get him gift cards for drinks at the local gas station because he likes them so much. And he always gets me one and brings it home, or brings me one at work when he's out. So what is that supposed to mean? Well, okay, in all fairness, I think it's wrong to jump to the conclusion of infidelity, cheating, based on something like this, what Kimberly is sharing. Because if he's going there, number one, Kimberly, I would ask you this: does he spend an inordinate amount of time doing these things? Like, does it always take him, when he says he's going to the gas station to get something to drink, does it take him 10 minutes every single time? Or sometimes it takes him a half hour. Or maybe it used to take him 10 minutes. Now it takes him a half hour, 45 minutes. What I'm trying to say here is that there's usually other behavior associated with this type of thing. Now, on the surface, I would say, yeah, this looks kind of fishy. But if it's like he always gets me one and brings it home, or brings me one at work when he's out, this doesn't sound like a guy who's cheating. It really doesn't. If he is, he's just, whatever, what do you want to call his, he's kind of like, I forget the word right now. What he's doing is he's trying to like deceive you and thinking like, okay, I'll bring her one so she doesn't suspect anything. In other words, I guess a form of stonewalling, or maybe just deceit, in the fact that, okay, if I bring my wife home something, she won't suspect anything at all, so let me do that. That's also a possibility. My advice to you, Kimberly, would be to look at his other behaviors. And number one being the phone. How does he behave with his phone? Does he always have it with him? Is it always in his pocket, always out of sight? Is it always on silent? Is it face down? Does he have notifications canceled? Does he protect the damn thing with his life? And more importantly, this is the most important thing: if you ask him to see it, will he hand it over to you? And do you know his password? I can guarantee you, if the last one is no, the answer is he won't hand it over to you, and you don't know his password, my friend, you have a problem. Unless, of course, it has always been that way in your relationship. I know there are a lot of caveats and, conditions to all this, but I think it's unfair and wrong to wrongly accuse somebody of cheating if that's just the way their life is. So what I'm trying to say is, at one point, did you know his password and now you don't? Or did you never know his password? Those things play a lot into all this, because you're in a situation where he never had a password and now he does and you don't know it. Yeah, that's a problem. My opinion, in a marriage, there should be 100% transparency. My wife knows the password to my phone. She picks it up all the time. I'll many, many times I'm like, where's my phone? She goes, oh, I have it. I'm like, okay. I don't even care what she's doing with it because I have nothing to hide. Nobody's going to contact me. I don't do that kind of stuff. So, but for me, my phone is face up, always on, unless of course we're watching a movie, but it's always right there in front of me and she picks it up all the time. And I think that's the type of transparency and freedom you should have within a relationship. So now, if you wanted to think, or if you think he's doing something that he's not supposed to be doing, let's just say, for instance, you're not sharing everything with me you observe about his behavior. Well, there are ways to find out the truth. So number one, in a situation like this, where someone is telling you they're going someplace and maybe you don't believe them, the best way to find out is to check their GPS location. That is by far the best. And there are many systems out there, these online locator systems, that could easily get you the exact GPS location of that phone within literally just minutes. And the other person does not know. They're not going to be notified of the search. They're not going to be notified that you're obtaining their GPS location. So this is how it works. So if he says, and this is all predicated that you think or that you're observing more behavior than what you showed here, okay, what you told me about here. So if you think he is, so the next time he leaves to go get a drink, whatever he might be doing, okay, go to one of these websites is called instantid.io. You go there, you enter his telephone number into the search bar, and it will tell you exactly where his phone is at that moment. And as I said, everything happens in the background. They're not going to know you're searching. The command and everything is handled by instantid.info, or I'm sorry, instantid.io over the internet. Everything happens in the background. There's no lighting up. There's no chiming, ringing, nothing. Okay, so when you do that, you'll be able to get not only the approximate location, but there's also, as I said, the instantid.io system will get you the exact GPS location right there within 5 to 10 feet. It'll be a push pin on a Google map with the street address, the city, the state, and all that other good stuff. You could also do live location streaming. So once you establish this connection with that phone, all you have to do is click the button within your Instant ID dashboard, and now you'll be able to track that phone in real time. And this is one of the features that nobody else has. And this is a second feature, a very, very useful feature, rather, that no other system has. And that is you can get the GPS history, okay? You'll be able to find out where that phone was yesterday, the day before, and the day before that. Possibly up to 90 days of GPS history can be retrieved from that phone. And the way this happens is this. It's simple. Your phone is always tracking you. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, if you have your phone with you and it's on, that battery is not dead, it is broadcasting a tracking signal. Other apps and services are obtaining or are monitoring your GPS location all the time. Every single time that is monitored or recorded, it's stored into your phone. And it's stored by Google Chrome. It's stored by Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, the weather app. So many different apps are constantly tracking your location, and I guarantee 99% of the general public has no idea this is happening. So when instantid.io makes that remote connection with your phone over the internet, all it does is access that history from Google Chrome, Facebook, and everything else where it's stored on your phone. It's very, very easy to access. And this is how most people, or more and more people, are finding out what's really going on. So if you're really going to a gas station, if you're really doing this and you're really doing that, 10 minutes out the door, go to instantid.io, search that number, and you'll be able to find out if they're telling the truth. And the good thing is you could use it anytime you want. Let's just say middle of the day. Yeah, go to instantid.io, enter that telephone number, because that's another thing too. People use the check-in phone call. Well, hey, baby, how are you? What are you doing? Everything's fine. I'm just seeing what you're doing, where you are. That's not a call for you. That's a call for them. It makes you think, oh, they care so much. They love me so much. Very similarly to what Kimberly says about her husband, where, or I guess it's her husband, that he brings her back something. He brings her back a drink. Maybe this is all a ruse. Maybe this is all a cover-up. So this way she doesn't suspect anything. And so when you have a situation like that, the check-in phone call basically serves the same purpose. You think they're calling you to say, I love you, I miss you, where are you, what are you doing? But what they're really doing is calling in, so this way they know where you are, so this way they won't bump into you while they're with their significant other. Also, now it gives them a period of time, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours or whatever, that they don't have to check in again because they just checked in. So I hate to be like, peddling paranoia or all that, but what I want to do is give you people all the information that I've accumulated over the years that can help you see through situations like this. Now, on the surface, as I said, it does not appear Kimberly has a problem. However, that to me might be enough because somebody leaving the house like that so often for really no reason whatsoever, yeah, that would raise a red flag for me, I think, depending if I had seen some other, behavior that kind of like made me question everything. Yeah, I would think it's, I'm a big person for, we'll say trends. It's, it's rare unless it's so obvious and so egregious for me to reply or to react to simply one event. And that is to say, like, anybody can fuck up, everybody can say something, do something that just doesn't make any sense. But if it becomes a pattern, if it becomes a trend, like this, and this, now you got something. That's why many, many times I won't say anything. I'll observe the behavior, and I'll just store it away. I'll say, you know what, I don't really have enough evidence right now, or any real reason to say something. So this could just be one of those things. So let's just compartmentalize it and see what else happens. Now, if another thing happens, I'm like, okay, now I have this and this. And if a third thing happens, now I'm saying something. And I'm not hesitating. I don't give a shit. If it's going to be an argument, fine, let it be an argument. But I'm not going to back down. You're not going to intimidate me. I have a question. I want an answer. If you're not going to give it to me, well, I'm going to have to do what I have to do. And that doesn't mean violence. That means removing myself. That's the most dignified response, removing yourself. If you ask yourself a question, if you ask someone a question, they're not willing to answer, they give you a hard time, don't worry about it. That tells you everything you need to know. Remove yourself. So, hopefully, Kimberly, if you have any more information or anything else you'd like to share with us, by all means, please do it. We're always here. And if you guys want to share your stories, by all means, go to any one of our channels, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, leave a comment, tell your story. I'll be happy to share it on air so this way other people don't think they're going crazy. Or if you have maybe a little bit more of a personal story, you want to get on the phone with us and share your story, of course, completely anonymous, you could always email us at protonmedia244@gmail.com. Give us a little summary. One of our producers will get in touch with you. And, you might be able to get on air and help somebody else out to, clarify things that are going on in their life. And who knows, it might be even more crazy than what's going on in your life.